Clams are closed, oysters are open. Know your limit. There you go. Eagle Creek Recreational Tidelands. As I'm waiting for the sun to come up, I'm looking for bigger oysters so I can do a oyster fry at home. Now this place is on the Hoods Canal. This is Eagle Creek along the highway, and it's open for public access. Right now is oysters only. This is the beach that I showed in a prior video and other videos, how to find pearls in oysters. There's the water, there's land. Now in storms, these oyster beds get rolled around in the surf here, and the sand is just mixing up all the time, and these oysters still have to open up. They have to breathe, they have to eat, and sand gets inside of them closer to the shoreline and causes them to have an infection, which creates the pearl. Here are a couple oyster bodies, and when I am going along the beach high and dry, or closer to the shoreline anyway, I like to make sure the oysters are alive and fresh. They're still in their shell, they're not dead or dying. And one way you can find out, hear the hollowness? Okay. Solid means liquid is in there, solid. Dead, it has a hollow sound or a drumming sound. And of course I had to look for one, but that's what it is dead. Okay, one way people pop oysters is they take a screwdriver behind the back of the shell here and they pry to get the hinge to pop or loosen. And once they loosen it, then they reach across and they're able to get the shell off. And when I mean hinge, back here on the back end of the oyster. So on an oyster, this is the front, this is the back, right, left. So I've got that one popped open. It's not as big as I'd hoped, but there it is. Now, another oyster, or another way you can shuck in oysters, from the side where the muscle is. So again, we're talking about the back, the front, right, left. To the right here, about a third of the way back, right here is the muscle. So you can go right to the source. And by doing that, you pry into the side of the shell. Once you're in, you take and you wiggle back and forth where the muscle is to loosen up the oyster. Okay? And then once you got the muscle, which is right there, you just kind of scrape away to loosen the oyster out of the shell itself. And I didn't do it to this first one here, so I'll do that too. Okay, now it's loose. All right, there's another way. If you can't get in here, or it's hard to get into the hinge, you take and you stab into the front of the oyster like that, and you can pry in there and you can get to the muscle. Okay, you can also steam them open. If you steam them open, that's fine, but in this case, these are oysters that are wild on the beach. They're actually planted here years ago, and they kind of took over the Hoods Canal. So there was some oyster farms that seeded the whole canal. Believe that one or not. That right there might be a pearl, so I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to leave it over here. And yeah, no, I'll get back to you on the pearl first. I just wanted to show you the 3 ways I know to open them up. You can use fire and steam to get the shells to pop open. I'm going to pull it out of here and put it in my hand. Okay. What are we? That's an ugly looking pearl if it is. I gotta clean off my hands here. Yeah, it's a pearl. Funny. There's two of them. One here, I believe. No, it might be shell. But that's pearl right there. It's a really odd shaped pearl. Yeah, there it is. Right in front of my fingernail. The only holder I have for this pearl, which is now right there where the tip of my finger is my oyster bag. So I'll have to put the oysters in with my bag. By the way, I know you see me not wearing gloves. I know, I'm an idiot. I just get better feeling. I can hold better with my hands. I feel what I'm doing. If I was to wear gloves, I'd be wearing them on this hand because I can stab that hand with the knife. And I have. And I do come out of here with cuts every now and then. Let's see here. Looking for which ones to do here. I'm not going to make this video long. I'm just going to show you. Now I went forward of the mussel. The mussel's right here. So, and then this one here has a clump, so I'm going to have it in the other half. And we can get 18 oysters here, shucked, leaving the shell on the beach. And to explain what I do here is I put them in number groups. So that's 5. I might go 5, 5, and 8. Yeah. Nothing beats fresh oysters from the Hood's Canal. And that's what I can say about this place. They are fresh. There is no river near here. There's a small creek called Eagle Creek. So the silt is down. There's not silt in them. Some oysters have a silty, muddy taste. There we go. That was a harder one to get into. You know, if you can take your time getting into these, you won't tear them up. That guy was getting a little tore up. There we go. Just so you know, I'm at 8 oysters. This looks like a nice pretty one, but it had a sound to it. Hear that? I don't want to risk it on this one. I think there's 2 oysters here that I want. And this here, hopefully will be a number 16. And it is. That's a nice size oyster. And number 16. All right, put them there. See the pile there? Well, I didn't mention my knife here either. I like a longer stem knife, so and pointier. They're not sharp, they're dull, but stabbier. I like the stabbier knife. Well, I have the bag open, and the pearl's right here at the bottom with my finger. They come in all shapes and sizes. Not all pearls are going to be perfectly round. Anyway, I'm going to pick up each oyster at a time here and kind of give them a look over and put them in. That's all I can really do. That's the first 3, and then the rest are 5s, making 18. So 3, 18. I didn't find any other possible pearls besides the first one, but here's that second one I found. It's a tiny thing if it is. It's disappeared. Here at her, it's on my thumb. Okay, it's on the tip of my finger. That is just a tiny pearl right there. And I'm going to do something really crazy and put it in the bag with the rest of the oysters. Wow. Anyway, I'll throw these back down to the beach, the water line where I got them. If you like this video, press like. If you want to see more of my types of videos, hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I ask, please subscribe to my channel. It'll go a long ways to help me make more videos. 2 pearls. Who'd have thought? I know it's common along the beach line here. That's what I know. And I was getting them slightly off that. So thank you for watching.